What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And lately, the press has been receiving a lot of bad press, which they deserve, every single bit of it. Especially considering the last couple days, they've been dropping out nothing but lies, supporting stories with no validity to them or just totally a flat out lie. You know why? Because they don't care. They don't care about their audience. They don't care about the intellect of their audience. In fact, they prey on that. They prey on people that are watching funky, crooked, nasty, dirty, liberal media. Don't come with the sense of awareness. They belittle your IQ. Let me give you an example. Even if a story's wrong, by the time they get finished saying certain words, the damage is already done. They're hoping to leave an impression in the minds of the low IQ viewers. Now, what do I mean? When you train, say, an animal, when you train a dog, you don't expect the dog to have a huge vocabulary or an attention span or the ability to understand full sentences. I got my dog of privilege and I got my dog of color. Okay? When I tell them to do something, it is in bits and pieces. Now, I don't care how long my dog Caesar or Sammy sits in front of me, staring at me, watching every word that's coming out of my mouth. They don't understand it in its full context. If I'm on the phone or something talking to somebody, they're not going, wow, did you hear that? Yesterday, Kevin went to the mall and then they're just hearing words. And it means nothing to them except certain words like go, like no, like sit, like jump, stand, to the house. There's little keywords that you teach dogs because you know they have a small, limited vocabulary and comprehension ability. So you don't give them full sentences, you give them commands. And after they hear those commands over and over again, they will internalize it. They'll recognize that that word means one particular behavior and they'll respond to that word. And so you reinforce it all the time. Sit, sit, sit. No, no, go, go. All these things. I can tell my dogs, to the house. Now I can be in a full conversation and all of a sudden I decide to just say to the house was in that conversation. Yeah, man, yesterday I went to the house. If my dogs are around, all they hear is to the house. So they're like, what? Oh, it's time for us to go to the house. And they'll start going to the house. And I have to call them back and let them know, no, that wasn't for you. It was in the context of a conversation. But all they hear out of all of those words is to the house. Now, CNN, MSNBC, and a whole bunch of other funky networks the other day decided that they were just going to take the word of BuzzFeed because they don't believe in doing fact checking, as they always say, facts first. So BuzzFeed releases this, I guess, story that Michael Cohen heard from Donald Trump to go and lie to Congress. Now, instead of fact checking it, they decide our agenda is to destroy the president. And with glee, they just repeated this all through the week. Oh, this is our bombshell, bombshell, bombshell. Now listen to the key words. Bombshell, 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 bombshell. Then the other word was impeachment, 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 impeachment. Do you think this could lead to impeachment? Oh, impeachment could be coming. Impeachment, impeachment, impeachment. Now, at the end, we find out that this was all garbage and they have to eat crow. But the damage is done. You know why? Because to the casual viewer of those channels, they expect them to have low viewer IQ, meaning they just watch. And what word do they take away after you say it almost 200 times throughout that day on, I think it was Tucker. They counted all of the times they said impeachment in one day, almost 200 times between the networks. Impeachment, impeachment, impeachment. Now, here's Joe Smo sitting at home with his bowl of chili eating, and he's just hearing over and over again a key word, impeachment, impeachment, impeachment. Now, he already got a negative view about Donald Trump and his presidency, but he's catching bits and pieces of what these guys are saying. But the one word they want to drive home, impeachment, impeachment, impeachment. See, this is how they train their audience. They don't expect their audience to comprehend all of what's going on and see through their garbage. All they want to do is put out key words so their audience will start to internalize those things and start to repeat those things. Man, Donald Trump about to get impeached, just because they've heard it 190 something times in one day. Bombshell, bombshell, bombshell. Could this be the end of the Trump candidacy? Yeah, the walls are closing in, the walls are closing in, the walls are closing in. All of these things are nothing but trigger words. Or on the left, they like to say dog whistles. Well, guess what? That's their form of dog whistles, training their audience to respond and believe in certain things by repeating it over and over again until it becomes embedded in the mind of all of these people, saying at that point, it must be true. I heard it 50 times a day. Impeachment, impeachment, impeachment. And see, by the time it comes out that was all fake news, the damage is done. Because a low viewer IQ person, all they remember and take away from all of that is impeachment, impeachment, impeachment. They don't have that ability to say, let me look at the totality of everything that's going on and what's being said, and then let me follow up to see if what they were saying was true, and how does that impact the way I think and see this whole situation? Does it change the way I see Donald Trump and this whole funky Russia collusion hoax? Or do I still find a way to believe in something that isn't true? And a lot of people will, of course. But that's a product of conditioning. It's a product of them in the media saying our agenda is so big and so important. We don't have to get it right. We just have to hammer it home over and over again until our audience starts repeating it and responding to the trigger words that we say over and over again. You don't need to get all deep into all the other fine tune and the good detail. No. You don't need the details. Just listen to the trigger words. Okay. Impeachment. Okay. That's one. Okay. Racist. That's two. Okay. Sexist, misogynist, anti-Muslim. They got the little words that they repeat, their talking points. They get them every day. The DNC sends them out to all of the liberal media somehow. And they all say, okay, our assignment today, since we work for the Democratic Party, is to focus on pushing this narrative. And that is how they condition and brainwash their viewers. And they rely on a low viewer IQ. Because let's be honest, if your IQ, and I'm not talking about overall IQ, okay, because a lot of people, where you stand it, everybody who watches CNN and MSNBC is dumb and they're low IQs. That's not what I'm saying, but I am saying, if you're watching that, and if you can set aside your biases and set aside your predisposition about Trump and how you think you feel about him and what he's doing, and use a little reasoning and ask yourself, they've been saying these things about this man before he even got elected. And since he's gotten into office, none of those things have come to pass. He has not hurt nobody, rolled back any rights. He has not done anything except make the economy better, get rid of ISIS. Positive stuff. But yet, people still got this negative view of him. Why do you think that is? Okay? It's not because he's coming on TV every day talking about how racist he is and how much he hates anybody of color. No, because he hasn't done that. It's not because he said, I'm a dictator and everybody this and that. We don't want no free speech. We don't want no guns. We don't want none. No, because he hasn't done that. He's a supporter of those things. So then the question becomes, why are people still mad? Well, they're mad because every single day, all their information that comes in about the president, if they're watching those channels, are nothing but negativity and trigger words to condition and train them to respond on command, just like that. So if someone comes up to them that is a conservative and say, how do you feel about Donald Trump? They will throw out just the trigger words. Man, he's a racist. Man, that dude about to get impeached. They have them conditioned, and they don't want them to have a high viewer IQ, because you will watch that, and in the first 5 minutes you go, this is propaganda. That's garbage. And you will be able to bounce other situations off of it to cross-reference it and debunk it. But a lot of people, they don't do that. They just sit there and they're eating their bowl of spaghetti. And then what? Impeachment? Yeah, he's going to get impeached. What? Racism? Yeah, he's a racist. Yeah, and that's how they get you. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Sometimes I like to expose what's going on a psychological level. Okay? Got to get deep sometime. All up in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. So anyway, Check me out Wednesday nights, 7:30, live in Kevin's Corner. Also live on YouTube. Link is in the bottom for my radio blog talk show. Check out Extreme Tees. Okay, the link is in the bottom for them as well. The promo code is Kevin, my name, and you'll get 20% off. Also, don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. And check me out on Facebook and on Twitter. All right, catch you later in Kevin's Corner. God bless.